Well, I'm back at Asset Week again for another interview. Of course, this coverage is brought to you by Alienware, and we're about a week out from the lock-in tournament taking off. Right now, I am joined by two new members of CLG. Everybody's new on CLG this year. Contracts and Palafox. Contracts, why don't you kick us off? What did you do during the off-season since the last time we saw you?
Yeah, my off-season was honestly pretty exciting. I went to Europe during Worlds, so I was able to get a lot of experience for the high European players and also the Worlds players that played there. So got a jungle verse, actually the world champion, if I pronounce this right, GG or something like that. Pretty good, really good practice. I played against River as well before he joined Dignitas. Honestly, I thought he was one of the best junglers I played versus in solo queue. So definitely pretty excited for next year.
Yeah, I mean, was there anybody in particular besides those two players that you really enjoyed, or do you feel like do you feel like you made a ton of progress on your own playing against those teams? Like, how would you rate your time over there?
Yeah, I think those are the two ones that pop out mainly. I wasn't able to play versus many other players, it felt like. Just other, like, not junglers, but I've played versus other, like, laners as well. But I think mainly the queue times was really nice. In NA, the queue times have been pretty long in this offseason, like 10, 15-minute queues. So going to EU, the queues are like 2 to 3 minutes. So definitely able to play a lot of games.
Are you at least excited about the new system that they're creating, the solo queue system for grinding?
You talk about the Champions
Yeah,
queue,
Champions
right?
queue,
yeah, I'm not sure when that's coming out, but definitely, I think it'll be good if a lot of the pro players put in the work for it.
Okay, let's shift over to Palafox. What was your off season like? Because I know he was in Europe and you were someplace else.
Yeah, I mean, during I think November, when off season was just hitting, I went to Korea for around like 40 days or so, a little bit over a month. Yeah, that was fun. I got to play against just like the random solo queue players there. I probably played against a lot of like LCK pros. I just didn't know their name because it's in Korean, right? But overall, it was a good time, good fun. Picked up a lot of good habits. So.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, now that we've caught up on the off-season stuff, at least in terms of what you guys were up to, let's talk about joining CLG. So I have to ask this, and no disrespect to CLG, but was there any part of you guys that were like, "Oh no, CLG! Like this is the cursed team lately," or whatever? I mean, how did that go about, and what led you guys to ending up on the team?
Well, at least for me, I was like really, really happy to play with CLG because I'm friends with I know Bobby J. I'm really good friends with Juan. And to be honest, I've really wanted to play with Juan for a while because I think he's a really good player. And yeah, I think Luger and Puma are also super good. I don't know them as well, but I've only heard good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, how about you, Contracts? How did you end up on CLG? I mean, you've been in the league for a bit and then out of the league and then back in the league, so now you're on CLG. Any concerns when you joined the org, at least, because obviously they've had a bit of a reputation hit over the years?
Yeah, I mean, just looking past the whole last year that happened for CLG, that is they replaced a lot of the people that they had last year, and they're really trying to start new, and I think they have a lot of good minds and good people coming in this year that have pretty solid ideas of how they want the league team to be built and just overall culture of CLG. So I'm definitely pretty excited for the year. I think we have a good starting ground, I guess, for us for sure.
Well, one of the things that's very fun to look at this roster is I've always, I've known you for several years now, and most of the teams you were on, you were still kind of not the rookie, but the younger dude, right? With less experience or whatever. Now you're on a team where you're the veteran. So is that a weird situation? Do you think about that at all?
It's kind of similar to when I was in academy, I'd say. I can relate that pretty well. I don't know. I mean, I definitely have been in the scene for a bit longer than the rest of my team, so I do have that kind of sense of leadership in a sense, and kind of just being able to help my teammates just perform the best that we can. So.
Yeah. Well, Palafox, what do you think of this roster? Because I think a lot of people, and we can pass the microphone back. I think a lot of people are excited about this roster because it is this younger take. We've seen so many of these teams that have tried to just get a lot of veterans or international players or whatever, and here I think a lot of people are looking at CLG and saying hey, this is something that's exciting. These are a lot of names that people have been excited about for a while. So for you, what is your take on this roster, and what do you think of the response that the fans have given it?
I haven't really read too much into Reddit or the response, but my own personal opinion is I saw how good Bobby J was playing on TL. He hyped me up. I'm excited for that. Always excited for Juan. Like, if you saw the games on EG, he was just popping off like every game. And I mean, I still have really high standards for myself. And like last year, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't like as much of a grinder, but playing with people I really, really, really want to play with, I'm finally getting that chance. Like, I mean, I'm gonna put my all into it. I don't want to let anybody down.
And we should say, I assume when you say Bobby J, you're talking about Jenkins.
Yes, Jenkins.
Okay.
Sorry.
So is this because I have not heard him referenced in this way previously? Is this something that I've missed? Has this been a long-standing thing? Is this a trend you're trying to start?
Well, his name in solo queue was Bob Jenkins before, right? And Bobby J just kind of rolls off the tongue a little bit smoother,
okay.
right?
Are you the only one calling him this, or is the rest of the team in on it?
I don't know.
Contracts is in on it.
Oh,
okay.
yeah. I guess he's in on it too, yeah.
Well, maybe we'll see it get picked up with casters and analyst desk folks, because it does roll off the tongue. It's pretty good. Okay, so contracts. You've been on a lot of different teams, had a lot of different levels of success with those teams.
Mm-hmm.
When you look at the CLG roster, I think there are some people that are excited about it. I think there's also a lot of folks that are like, oh, like maybe this team is lacking like an anchor, like some long-standing veteran to build around, or somebody who, is very, very familiar to folks and has had a lot of success, maybe even sometimes on the international stage. So what do you say to the folks that are looking at this and are saying like, are they going to have the leader, or are they going to have the anchor to really like run the team forward and make sure that it has a success?
Yeah, I think a lot of people throughout my career, obviously when I was first starting out, I was known as like more quiet, like I listen and I'm only mechanics, right? But I mean, I guess this is also a part of my problem because I don't have like too big of a brand the past few years. I haven't really been like interacting with media as much as I should have, but I definitely think my perspective or my character and the overall personality of myself, I've changed a lot over the past couple of years. I'm definitely someone that like will speak up when he needs to, and I think I've developed into kind of a voice that I'm confident in myself and my teammates, and I have some kind of leadership in game, I feel, over the past few years. So definitely really excited for this year, and I think our team has a lot of firepower that a lot of people probably haven't noticed because they don't watch Academy too much, but I think we're definitely going to do good next year.
Would you consider yourself the captain of the team?
I don't know about captain in a sense, but I mean, not at this point. We've only been screaming for a few days, so it's going to take a while for us to like mesh and really find our roles. But I think everyone will have a big voice in how we play.
Palafox, is he the captain of the team? You can take the mic. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm not going to say it for him. If he wants it, he can claim it.
Okay. I mean, you can. It could be an unofficial thing. Everybody pushes together on.
I'm not going to claim it yet, but we'll see how the season goes.
Okay.
I'm confident in myself.
When the team starts to do really well, then you're the captain. Until then, you're going to hold out. Yeah.
It's all a team effort.
Okay. Very good. It's all a team effort.
A democracy.
Yes, exactly. Okay. So you have this new lineup of players. None of you guys have to be saddled with the fact that CLG did not do well over the past couple of years. You get the fact it's a brand new team, so for you guys, you don't necessarily have to worry about that. But do you still have any kind of sense in you of like wanting to turn around the reputation of the org, trying to show like, hey, us 5 players can really bring this team success, even if it hasn't had it recently?
That's something that I feel like a lot of players have in mind when they join, I say quote unquote like bottom team, right? Like you always feel like you have, the confidence in yourself to really turn things around. I feel like when you join any kind of team, that's always like a kind of mindset that you should have for your org. And you're playing. You're not only like a player, you're playing for an organization. You have to take pride in that as well. So yeah, definitely.
Palafox, what does success look like for you and for CLG this year?
I guess success for me and CLG, like me personally, I'm looking at the competition for mid, and I mean, Awadage, people are kind of hyped up on JoJo, and who else?
Bjergsen, you might be aware of.
Oh, Bjergsen,
yes.
Of course, yes.
You got Fudge roll swapping.
Yeah, Fudge roll swapping. Yeah, I mean, I kind of just want to be like the best in NA right now. That is my current goal, right? And I mean, like, when I look at those players, right, I can tell their like strengths and weaknesses right away, and I don't think they're like excelling that much like over everybody else, and it's like kind of easy to catch up. The only one is like I kind of want to see where Abe's at. I haven't played against him for a while, so he's like the big question mark for me.
Yeah.
And then you said
For CLG
for
as well.
CLG.
Winning Worlds, is that the success
Winning
bar?
Worlds.
I mean, I'm just curious what bar you think the team has.
Yeah, I mean, I want to make it to play. Like, I think we can make it to playoffs 100%. How far we go, I want to. Like me personally, like obviously winning a trophy would be dope, you know. But I mean, I'm shooting for at least like top 4, like at the very least.
Yes. It's always fun to ask that question because everybody has to like figure out, you know, how ambitious to be in their answer. How about you, Juan? What does success look like for you and for the team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously every player roots for winning championships and worlds, right? You can't be a pro player without doing that, at least. But I think some realistic goals for ourselves, definitely like just work on our habits, make sure we have good habits and a good foundation for just playing the game in general. Just be open with each other, have good communication, and you know, just really do the best that we can. I think this team can definitely be, how, as Christian was saying, top 5 or top 4 at least. Definitely something that's very realistic.
Are there any players in particular that you are looking forward to facing off?
Honestly, I think the whole jungle pool this split is like as stacked as it's been in a while from what I see. Like you have Blabber, Closer, Santorin, Inspired, Spica. Like the whole jungle pool is like really stacked. So it's gonna be a pretty big challenge going against them. So definitely excited.
Where do you think you are right now in terms of, I guess, your own strength versus a lot of these other players? Because I think a lot of people started to get really excited about you on EG at the end of last year, and so I'm kind of curious. Do you feel like you have a lot more to do? Do you think that you're ready to like kick down the door as soon as lock-in starts up? Like what is your personal expectations, and at least in the short term?
Yeah, the way I drive myself is definitely, having a lot of confidence and just believing that I'm the best player, like on the Rift. Like I'm one of those players that will always play really aggressive and in your face. So, having confidence is really important in that. So just thinking you're the best jungler is definitely my mindset, whether people think it's true or not.
Do you feel any pressure on the CLG side? I mean, I know we talked a little bit before about how you want to kind of turn around some of the reputation or whatever, but I think kind of the inverse of that is there's maybe less pressure for you guys on this team because it is a team of newer players or team of fresher faces, I guess is a way to put it. So do you think that that's like helpful at all for you? Do you think about that at all? Or are you like, oh, it's okay, like we've got time, it's not going to be like a Team Liquid or Cloud9 situation where like the pressure's on and the fans are like winning or nothing?
Yeah, I definitely say if this was like a year or two ago in my career, that I would definitely say it would affect me, and like I would kind of cater myself towards the fans' opinions. But I think at this point, the only thing that matters is how we think of ourselves as players individually and as a group internally, and what our coaches think, and just we're all working towards one goal. So.
Yeah. Well, I'll let you guys both answer this, but we'll start with you, Contracts. Anything you want to say to any of the fans, and this is your camera here on the left.
Just really appreciative of all the fans that supported me throughout my career, and I hope you can root for CLG and us in the coming year.
Palafox?
Yeah, to anyone who sent me DMs, like supporting me through FlyQuest last year, I really appreciate it. I have a lot of friends that also supported me a lot. I didn't really get much hate, like I know a lot of people did, and yeah, I just wanted to say thank you for the support.
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing what the CLG roster can do. I know a lot of other people are as well, a lot of the fans. So thank you so much for talking with me today. And for everyone else, you can check out the rest of my coverage of all things LCS right here on my YouTube channel. It's a new year, which means it's a new you, which means maybe you need a new computer or a new monitor or some new accessories. There's a bunch of cool stuff that just got announced, actually, that Alienware's coming out with soon. But right now, why don't you do me a favor and celebrate the new year by doing something maybe I've asked you to do before on a couple of occasions, which is to click the link in the description below and head over to alienware.com/Travis
Take a look at all the awesome stuff over at Alienware's website, where you can pick up something swell to get ready for 2022. Thanks to them for their support and their sponsorship of our content.